You don't belong here, FBI!
Prove it! This is my home. Stand down now.
In the quiet suburbs of Willow Creek, Virginia, just outside Washington, D.C., where manicured lawns stretched like green carpets under the golden hues of a setting sun, Elena Thompson pulled her sleek Mercedes into the driveway of her childhood home. It had been years since she'd left this place behind for the high-stakes world of the FBI, but nothing much had changed. The same white picket fences, the same nosy neighbors peeking through curtains. Elena, a seasoned special agent with a sharp mind and unyielding resolve, stepped out, her suit crisp and her badge tucked securely in her pocket. She was here to visit her mother, Evelyn Jenkins, and unwind from the relentless pressure of her job. Little did she know, this simple homecoming would ignite a firestorm that would test her limits and expose the ugly underbelly of power in America. As Elena popped the trunk to grab a gift basket for her mom, the growl of a police cruiser shattered the evening calm. Officer Derek Harlan, a burly man with a perpetual scowl and a reputation for throwing his weight around, blocked her path with his squad car. He emerged, hand on his hip near his holster, sunglasses perched on his nose despite the fading light. "Step out of the vehicle," he barked, his voice laced with suspicion. Elena's heart skipped a beat, not from fear, but from the all-too-familiar sting of being seen as a threat in her own backyard. She complied slowly, holding up her hands. "Officer, I'm just visiting my mother. This is her house." Harlan circled the car like a predator, peering inside. "Suspicious vehicle reported. You live here." Elena handed over her driver's license and FBI credentials, explaining her background. But Harlan's lips curled into a sneer. "FBI? Yeah, right. They handing out badges to anyone now? You don't look the part." His words dripped with contempt, laced with racial undertones that Elena had heard too many times before. He mocked her achievements, insinuating she'd gotten ahead through favors rather than merit. Evelyn emerged from the house, her voice trembling but firm. "That's my daughter, officer. She's done nothing wrong." The situation escalated quickly. Harlan rifled through Elena's purse without permission, scattering papers and ignoring her protests. When Evelyn stepped closer, he shoved her aside, sending her stumbling. Neighbors gathered, phones in hand, but no one intervened. Elena's blood boiled as Harlan cuffed her, whispering threats about people like you not belonging in a decent neighborhood. He drew his gun, pressing it against her chest, demanding she kneel. The crowd gasped, but the air was thick with tension. Would anyone stop this? Elena, drawing on her training, twisted free just enough to fire a warning shot into the ground near his feet. Harlan staggered back, fear flashing in his eyes for the first time. The other officers hesitated, then restrained him as Elena backed away to safety inside the house. That night, Elena collapsed against the wall, her body shaking from the adrenaline. Evelyn held her tight, both women reeling from the humiliation. Outside, the neighborhood buzzed with whispers, some defending Harlan as a protector, others questioning the overreach. But this was just the beginning. Harlan, humiliated and furious, stormed into the precinct, spinning a tale of Elena as an aggressor with a fake badge. He filed a report twisting the facts, portraying her as a militant threat. By morning, rumors spread like wildfire through local online groups, and HOA chats. Elena was labeled a fraud, a danger to the community. The backlash hit hard. Elena's phone lit up with anonymous threats. "Get out or else." A brick shattered their mailbox, and graffiti appeared on the front door. "Outsiders go home." The Willow Creek HOA, a tight-knit group of influential residents, held an emergency meeting, pushing to evict Evelyn under the guise of neighborhood safety. Elena's FBI superiors suspended her pending investigation, citing credible allegations of misconduct. Fabricated evidence surfaced online, doctored photos showing Elena with shady figures, fake bank transfers implying corruption. Colleagues she trusted turned away, afraid of guilt by association. Then came the attack on her family. At Jefferson Middle School, Harlan cornered Elena's 12-year-old son, Jamal, in a hallway. "Your mom's causing trouble," he hissed, grabbing the boy's arm. Jamal, taught self-defense by his mother, fought back, elbowing Harlan and sweeping his leg, sending the officer sprawling. Kids watched in awe as Jamal stood his ground. "You don't scare me," the boy said defiantly. Word spread. humiliating Harlan further, but it only fueled his rage. One rainy night, as Elena drove home from a friend's, a car rammed her from behind, spinning her vehicle into a pole. Glass shattered, paint exploded in her ribs. Two hooded figures laughed from the shadows. Harlan sends his regards. She barely survived, waking in the hospital with broken bones and a concussion. The police called it an accident. Media spun it as Elena cracking under pressure. Doubts crept and even her friend Lisa urged her to back down. But Elena refused. "He wants me broken," she whispered. "I won't give him that." The turning point came when Lisa connected Elena with Ryan Ellis, a former cop who'd been tracking Harlan's corruption. Ellis had files on Harlan's history, framing black officers, intimidating whistleblowers, coordinating with the HOA to target minorities. Elena's lawyer, Ms. Rivera, built a case, leaking evidence to the press. Headlines shifted. Rogue cop exposed in racist abuse scandal. Public outrage swelled on social media, with other victims sharing stories. Harlan's allies abandoned him as the truth emerged. In court, Elena testified powerfully, detailing the abuse. Ellis corroborated with damning recordings of Harlan bragging about his schemes. The jury convicted him on all counts: abuse of power, falsifying evidence, civil rights violations. Harlan was stripped of his badge and sentenced to federal prison. The courtroom erupted in applause as Elena embraced her mother and son. Justice, delayed but delivered. The case didn't stop there. It sparked a national firestorm. Protests erupted in suburbs across America, from Virginia to California, demanding audits of HOAs and police practices. Elena testified before Congress, facing down skeptical senators. "This isn't one bad apple," she argued. "It's a poison tree." She proposed reforms: transparent HOA meetings, anti-bias training for officers, federal oversight of discriminatory policing. Her words ignited debates. Some called her a hero. Others accused her of overreach. Was reform possible, or would it erode local control? The nation grappled with these questions as bills were drafted. Healing came slowly. Victims of Harlan's past schemes had records expunged. A single mother reunited with her child. An elderly couple reclaimed their home. In Willow Creek, former neighbors apologized, hosting community gatherings. Even a remorseful ex-officer, Brian Keller, visited Elena's home, begging forgiveness for his silence. "I was part of the problem," he admitted. Evelyn embraced him, whispering, "We all deserve a chance to make it right." The neighborhood transformed. Picnics mixed cultures. Murals celebrated unity. Elena's story went viral. Her memoir, Unbroken Ground, became a bestseller, and a documentary chronicled her fight, winning awards. She led FBI anti-bias workshops, training recruits with raw honesty. Young agents broke down, confronting their biases. "Change starts with seeing the humanity in everyone," she taught. Threats lingered, sleepless nights haunted her, but letters from inspired kids renewed her spirit. Finally, Elena visited Harlan in prison. He begged for pity, claiming the system made him. "You chose hate," she replied firmly. "It consumed you." She left without absolution, closing that chapter. Back home, Willow Creek thrived as a model of integration. Elena mentored youth, urging them, "Stand tall, your voice matters." Her legacy endured a reminder that one person's defiance could reshape a nation. What do you think about the themes of violence and injustice in everyday life? Have you ever faced something similar or witnessed it in your community? Share your stance in the comments below. Do you believe systemic change is possible, or is it an uphill battle? Let's discuss and hear your perspectives.